Hey everyone, a new update for Grid Inventory is here. It includes an item icon generation feature. You no longer have to create an icon for each of your items manually. You can rely on this system now. As you can see, this feature also allows you to inspect items. Currently, only static meshes and skeletal meshes are supported. You can have several inspections windows open at the same time, currently up to 4, but this can be easily configured using a parameter. This feature works in all contexts. For example, you can open your backpack, place an item with a generated icon inside, and it will display correctly. Now let's see how you can configure this behavior inside item blueprints. All items have an additional parameter where you can select whether they use a static or a skeletal mesh. After selecting the mesh type, you can assign the asset that will be displayed. Each item has also a new category called View Rendering, where you can configure parameters for icon capturing. You can set the render target size, mesh relative offset, mesh relative rotation, and target arm length offset. Let's change some parameters and see how they affect our item. As you can see, the icon is now rotated. Let's reset all changes and the icon returns to its original state. Now let's take a look at the actor that captures icons. The actor has a mesh holder component, and both skeletal and static meshes are attached to it. Ideally, you'd want to rotate around the center pivot, but not all meshes comes with a centered pivot. That's why this preview is helpful. It lets you determine the values you should enter inside the item blueprint. Okay, let's reset it. I've also imported a simple static grenade mesh for demonstration purposes. At last, let's see how this system works. First of all, I spawned mesh capturing actors in begin play inside the example grid character. I set some spawning offset. In your project, you might want to spawn them elsewhere in your world. As you can see in the outliner, we spawned our actors for rendering previews, each occupying a dedicated space. Capturing is done automatically in code, so you don't have to trigger it manually. Finally, you can configure the render actor whenever you need to change the visual look of your preview. For example, you can add another light component or change the color like I did here. And you can see our meshes uses the new light color. And that's it for this devlog. See you next time.